Have just joined us. My name is Salem. I'm all the way at the back of the Zoomobile. I'll be doing your commentary, and your driver all the way up at the front is Yummy. Please keep in mind there's no eating or drinking. Please remain seated at all times and keep your arms, legs, belongings, and children inside of the vehicle. Coming up on the right-hand side is Shady Acres. This is the retirement home for some of the Asian wild horses in our care. Two horses are currently calling this area home. Their names are Dudley and Chilka. We will talk a little bit more about this species a little later when we see the rest of the herd, but the reason why these two are separated is because as they age, it's difficult for them to keep up with the energy of the younger horses. So to prevent any injury caused by horseplay, they're moved to this amazing piece of land I also wouldn't mind retiring on. Did you know the Toronto Zoo has many conservation programs you can help with, and not all of them involve money?
Hi,
For example, our Phone Apes program may allow you to do a little bit of spring cleaning, as we accept any donations of old electronics such as cell phones, tablets, and laptops. We can actually recycle many of the components within these electronics, which reduces the amount of mining needed in places like the Democratic Republic of Congo, where the mining there has created a lot of deforestation that is detrimental to species like the western lowland gorilla. On the Phone Apes program, or for any locations of our drop boxes, you can visit our website, torontozoo.ca.
I have to have something, eh?
Coming up on the left-hand side, you'll find the fan favorite, the one, the only, Cedric the wattled crane. Wattled cranes are the largest and rarest species of crane in Africa. It's named from the flabby skin under their chins, called wattles. You may notice Cedric's wattle is very loose and flappy. This indicates he's relaxed and in a good mood. However, if his wattle were really tight up against his chin, that would indicate stress or a bad mood. So we can use his wattle as a mood indicator. Now, it's very likely he's going to follow us as we move along. He may just dip into his ditch for a second there, but he does love the Zoomobile, seeing us as his favorite part of the day. So sometimes when you come by, you'll notice him doing a little dance or throwing some sticks around. That is him trying to show off for you.
Yeah, we can move on to the wild horses, alright?
We are now going to be coming up on the part of the Zoomobile tour that is most like Jurassic Park, minus the dinosaurs. This is the Eurasia Wilds drive-thru, where there'll be no fences between us and the animals. There are just all follow. Please remain seated at all times and keep all arms, legs, belongings, and children inside of the vehicle.
When it's like
if an animal walks up to the Zoomobile, please do not attempt to feed or pet them.
So relax,
Do keep in mind that these are wild animals and they are not domesticated like dogs or cats. And if you do happen to drop something into the drive-thru, do not hop out and attempt to retrieve it yourself. Simply let me or your driver, Yummy, know at our next station stop, and we will call a keeper to retrieve it for you. You are going to notice that it's going to get quite bumpy as we enter the drive-thru. That is because we're passing over some cattle grates. These grates are in place to ensure the animals in our care do not leave these habitats. The grates do not, however, they're simply uncomfortable for the animals to walk over, so they do tend to just avoid them altogether.
It's so bumpy, but not as bumpy as the low tape.
And on the right-hand side, you'll find the younger herd of Asian wild horses that I mentioned earlier. This is the last species of true wild horse in the world, as all other species have been domesticated by humans. We're clear. Asian wild horses are also considered to be a conservation success story. At one point in time, only 12 individual horses were left living in zoos across the world. And it is thanks to active conservation programs at zoos just like this one that this number has been raised into the 2000s, with herds being released back into the wild every few years. Coming up on the left-hand side, you're going to find my favorite animal on the entire Zoomobile tour, the Himalayan yaks. Your Toronto Zoo is home to an all-female herd of 6 yaks. That does mean that every night is ladies' night.
There's another goose.
Himalayan yaks also produce a pink milk. However, this milk is not strawberry flavored, so if you drink it, you might just yak. And if there happens to be any Star Wars fans on board, the original Chewbacca suit was actually made from Himalayan yak fur.
I can tell why.
The second animal should also be coming up on your left-hand side. Just might take us a little bit longer to see them. But these will be the West Caucasian turf. 4 males called the Eurasia Wilds drive-through home. Their names are Turnip, Tornado, Turbo 2.0, and the Terminator. There is a second herd of West
800?
Caucasian turf you can find at our next station stop in the Eurasia Wilds.
Lots of movie
This herd
references.
consists of the females
I
and
like
adolescents.
it.
Males and females of this species are separated on purpose, as in the wild they would only come together during their mating season, which for them is in the fall. So we like to replicate that natural behavior here at the Toronto Zoo to make these animals more comfortable. You may have also noticed lots of pine trees scattered across the ground. These are used as nutrition and enrichment for the animals and are actually Christmas trees that have been donated by guests just like you. During the Christmas season, if you happen to purchase a live Christmas tree, you have the opportunity to donate them here to the Toronto Zoo
Where are the
to become
camels?
food for the animals. I've heard that pine trees are one of the giraffe's absolute favorite foods. You can visit our website, torontozoo.ca, for more information. But we are coming up on the exit to the Eurasia Wilds drive-thru, so keep in mind it may get bumpy once again as we pass over those cattle grates. And once we pass over these grates, we'll have a super special episode of Commentator's Corner. I will tell you guys some super funny jokes. You will laugh super hard because I am super funny.
Oh, there's a unicorn, guys. There's gonna be a unicorn here.
Why do ducks grow feathers on their tails?
Because they're
To cover their buckwhack. Why did the fish blush?
because
Because it saw the ocean's bottom. And what do you call a penguin found in the desert? Lost. We're clear. We are coming up on our 4th station stop, the Eurasia Wilds. This stop is the closest to the zoo's temporary exit in the Discovery Zone. So if you are looking to end your visit at the Toronto Zoo today,
there's
this
no
is the stop for you.
unicorns here. I'm
Or if you are
surprised.
interested in viewing some more animals,
maybe it's
this is
just
where you'll
gonna
find both Amur and
camouflage it.
Sumatran tigers, Bactrian camels, snow leopards, red pandas, and so much more. If you are interested in exiting here at the Eurasia Wilds, please wait for the Zoomobile to come to a full and complete stop, and please exit on the right-hand side and right-hand side only. For those of you remaining on board, please keep in mind we may have to pause here for a few minutes to allow the next Zoomobile at our main station to depart, so it may just be a few minutes before we get going again.
Bye.
But for those of you who are
That's
exiting,
our
please have an
cue
amazing rest of
again.
your day at your Toronto Zoo.